Hey guys, my name is Purav and in this video I'll show you exactly how to build your own digital product store on Gumroad, and I will also post a digital product of mine and show you the process of uploading the product on Gumroad. I will tell you the key points that you have to keep in mind, what are the techniques I use, how do I structure the post, all of that cool stuff. I've also received a lot of queries related to payment, asking how do you actually receive the money, do I need PayPal or Stripe? And I've also heard some people say Stripe doesn't work in my country, what do I do? So I'm going to clear all of that doubts for you in this video. So let's get started. As you can see, I'm on the Gumroad page and right now you can see the home page. So if you scroll, you have all of these cool stuff. There are a few reviews. There are the topics that people usually sell. So you have Procreate, 3D modeling. There's literally every category that you can find. So let's head over to the top and we will click on start selling. As you can see, we'll have few options here. We'll have Facebook, Google, Stripe, or you can just add your email and password. I'm going to use Google for this. So we have successfully logged in and this is the dashboard. So the first screen that you see is called the dashboard. You can see it right here. And then you'll have few cards that you have to fulfill. So we're going to look at that later. Here we can create our first product, but before that I just want you to be familiar with this layout. So you have the activity bar. Once you start making sales, you can see your balance in last 7 days, how much did you earn, 28 days, total earnings, etc. Okay, so before we explore more, we are just going to create our first product. So I'm going to hit on create your first product. It's going to take me to a product page. So in this video, I'll be selling a product called the Ultimate 7-Day Reset. This is a product that I've already sold before. It's already on Gumroad, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to go through the entire process again. So for the name, I'm going to write the Ultimate 7-Day Reset, and you have few options here. So mine is a digital product. So I'm going to click on digital product. Then we have a course or a tutorial. So let's say you have like a video course or you have lessons. So you can choose this. If you have an ebook, if you have a membership, if you have a bundle. So there are many options here. I'm going to go with digital products. You can also offer types of services here. So let's say you have an affiliate program. So you can choose the commission based service. If you want to offer scheduled calls, you can have call. And if you want to accept tips from your customers, so you can choose this as well. But right now I cannot choose one of these because my account is new. So you have to wait for at least 30 days before you can enable one of these options. But for now it's completely fine. I'm going to go ahead. Coming to the price, we can set any price we want. I'm going to keep it for free, which is $0. If you want to change the currency, you can do that as well. There's a lot of currencies that you can choose from. I have chosen US dollars and I'm keeping it for $0. Then I'm going to hit on next. Now we are inside the product. What we have to do now is add a description. So basically you talk about your product, why they have to buy it, why is it different from others. So let me write the description and get back to you. So here's my description and let's go deep and see how I actually structure the description. So the first two lines signifies the dream outcome. Once a user gets the product, what is the outcome that they will achieve? So that is what I explain in the first two lines. As you can see, after these 7 days, you'll feel awake again. Your mind will be clear, your space will support your goals, your habits will align with who you want to be, and you'll know exactly what you're building next. So this is the kind of clarity that people want, and that is what the 7-day reset gives. And in the next few lines, I'll explain the problem and how I solve it. So for anyone who feels stuck, overwhelmed, or feels like life's running on 2% battery, this isn't another morning routine. This is a structured do this today rebuild of your environment, body, focus, mind, inputs, energy, direction. So in 7 days, we go through all of these resets. So the first day we go through an environment reset. The second day we go with the body, third day focus, and so on. So I explain the product in few lines and in few points. So this is very important. So just with the first paragraph, I get to know what I'm going to achieve. I get to know what the product is about in brief. Then I'm going to introduce myself. I'm going to say, hey, I am Purav a few years ago, blah, blah, blah. Next, I'm going to dive into the details of the product. So I'm going to say what you get, and in a few bullet points, I will write the actual contents of the product. So you can see a 7-day action plan, daily checklist, a simple structure, reflection prompts, and the reset time. Then I have a small visual here which actually gives a sneak peek into the product. So here we have the product and then there's a checklist as well. Then I'm going to specify my target audience. So I'm going to say who is it for. There are a few bullet points that talks about my target audience. Then I have a small story that I want them to look at before actually buying the product. This is actually a personal story and it's a true story that happened to me. So you don't really have to copy this, but this is just a small like a tip that I added in the end. And so I have like before you buy, here's a small story, and then we have the story. And finally we have the call to action. This is important because usually people get lost reading your description. So in the end, make sure you tell them directly what to do. So I say start the reset, click I want this and commit to 7 days. Not someday, not next Monday, day 1 begins now. So this paragraph tells the buyer exactly what to do and you are completely straightforward with this. So that's the description. Now let's go to the URL. Now here with the URL, you can actually customize it. So this part of the URL is something you cannot change. So it's fixed and we can customize later. So I'm going to say 7-day reset. And if I copy the URL and show you how it looks, as you can see, we have the URL here. And in the end, we have the 7-day reset. This is one way where you can assure your buyers that this is the right link because you have the product name here. That's the only difference. Okay, then we have the cover. So the cover is what is seen in this white area right here. So I've designed few images and I'm going to add it here. So as you can see, I've added the cover image and in the preview, you can see how it looks. This is a very minimal design. Now that I've uploaded my cover photo, I will upload the thumbnail as well. But before that, let me show you the difference between a thumbnail and a cover. So right now I'm on the discover page of Gumroad. So people usually scroll here and look for products. So all of these pictures that you see here are thumbnails. Now let's say I click on this product. Now this picture here is the cover. So the thumbnail is what people see from the outside, and once they click on your product, they see the cover photo. So right now I'm going to upload my thumbnail. You have to design this separately, or by default what Gumroad does is it's going to take your cover photo and crop it to fit your thumbnail size, which is not really what you want because it's going to, you can see the preview here. It's going to cut and crop your main cover photo. So you'll have like unseen words. So I prefer you design the thumbnail separately with 600 x 600 pixel size. So I have uploaded my thumbnail and as you can see, it's up here. Next, we'll head over to the product info section and then we have the call to action button. So this is a button that says, I want this. You can change that to buy this or pay. I usually keep it at I want this because here, if you look at the description, I say click, I want this and commit. So I'm going to keep the call to action as I want this. Next, we have the summary. So here, as it says, you're going to write the summary of a product. Make sure this is in like 4 to 5 lines. You don't really want to make long paragraphs because your description is already long enough. So in the summary, you just want to know like a final reminder what your product is about. So here I've added a simple summary. So I say feeling stuck, the 7-day reset helps you clear the chaos, all of the stuff just in like 4 to 5 lines. Then you can also add additional details if you like. So right now the ultimate 7-day reset is a PDF. So I'm going to say add detail. I'm going to write pages and I'm going to say 25 because it's a 25 page PDF. So this is a detail that you can add. As you can see in the preview, it's going to say pages and 25. You can also write in the size, like the size of the PDF, and you can say 10 MB. Any small detail you think that would help the customer or the buyer, you can add it here. You can leave this completely empty as well. It's not a problem. Then if you have a Gumroad community, if you have a Circle community, if you have a Discord server, you can obviously invite them. I have a Discord server, so I'm going to say invite your customers to Discord server. Then I'm going to connect. So as you can see, I've connected my Discord server. So whoever purchases my product is going to get an invitation link into my Discord community. Then we have a pricing section again. So as you know, we have set it for free, and free products require a pay what they want price. So basically the customers can pay what they feel like. So let's say your product is really good and they really like it and they feel generous. So they can pay more than $0. And in the suggested amount, I will say $7. So basically that is what Gumroad suggests them. So you can get it for free, but this is a suggested price. Next, we have the version section. This is not something you have to look into as a complete beginner, but let me give you an example. So right now I have an ultimate 7-day reset. Let's say that this was specifically for people from age 18 to 20. Suppose I have another 7-day reset which was specifically for business owners. Then I would add a version and say this is for business owners, so you can have a variation of your product. Next, we have the settings page. You have limit product sales. So if you want to limit the amount of sales you can have, then you can limit it here and give them a number. You can also allow them to choose a quantity, publicly show the number of sales. So if I turn this on, it's going to have a tab here saying 0 downloads. You can specify a refund policy. You have a 30-day refund, 60-day refund, etc. Then you can also enable this if you want to know their shipping information. So this is for physical products because you would want to deliver it to them. But since this is a digital product, we don't really have to do that. And if you have your own website, then you can add that here. And once you do that, you have to verify as well. So make sure it's actually a real domain. You can add them here and continue. Okay, so far we designed what the user sees before buying. Now let's go to the content section, and this is what the users see after they purchase a product. So as you can see, I've written the content. You can pause the video and read it. Then I have the how this works section. And then if I scroll down, you have before you begin the few key points that I want them to remember. And then we have the section where I actually give them the PDF. So here I say, here's the ultimate 7-day reset. So here I'm going to upload a file and I'm going to say computer files, and then I'm going to upload the PDF, which is the actual product. So here is the product. Now all they have to do is hit on download and they'll have the contents in their computer. And in the end, I say a small ask is that you're getting the product for free. All I ask in return is a review. So they are 5-star review. And that's it for the content page. We're going to hit on save changes. And once you're done with this, you can finally publish your product onto Gumroad. Once your product is published and you start making sales, you need to have a way to get that money to your bank account. So that's what we're going to look into right now. So I'm going to head over to settings, and in settings, I will go to the payment section. Now this is the first screen that pops up. So all you have to do is enter the country. So I am from India, so I'm going to choose India. I have a valid government issue photo ID. I have proof of residence. If I'm signing up as a business, it is registered. Yeah. You don't really have to be a business, but it's saying if you are signing up as a business. So right now I'm an individual, so I don't really have to look into that. It says you may have to forfeit your balance if you want to change your country in the future. If you want to change your country in the future, then you may have to give up your balance. So that is just a note to keep in mind. Now once I check all of these, I'm going to hit on save. Now that is going to get us to this page. Here we can see the payout schedule. So you can say weekly, monthly or quarterly, which is once in 3 months. So you're going to receive payments once in a week or once in a month or once in 3 months, or you can have it every day as well. So I usually keep it weekly. Then we have the minimum payout threshold. So basically it's the minimum amount that you need to have in your balance to be able to transfer to your bank account. So by default it's at $10. So I need to have $10 in my Gumroad account for it to get transferred into my bank account. Then we have the main payout method section. So here it allows me to connect to my bank account directly. You do not need a PayPal. You do not need a Stripe account. You do not need any third-party apps. I just directly link my bank account to Gumroad. So here you can also see the amount of commission that Gumroad takes. And the only drawback of Gumroad is that the fee or the commission fee that they cut from your sales is a little more, but this actually doesn't make a difference when you're just starting out. But when you scale your business and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars, 10% of that is like $10,000. So it's going to affect then. But right now, when you're just starting out, this is completely fine. Then we have the usual process where you just add your account holder name, your IFSC code, account number, and all of the stuff. So here you're going to choose individual. So if you're a business, you can choose business, but I'm assuming a lot of you are individuals. So I'm going to hit on individual, add my name. You have the city, all the just basic local information. And once you fill up all the details, you can continue and it's going to directly link Gumroad to your bank account. So whenever you receive payment, it's going to convert from US dollars to your local currency. For me it's INR, which is Indian rupee. So it's going to convert from US dollars to Indian rupee and it's going to come in directly to my bank account. So far I have received a lot of payments and I have no issues with the payments. It was always on time and it was smooth. There's literally no complaints about it. So you can go ahead and put your bank account right now. Coming to the last and final part, which is to actually create your store. Now you have a product, you have the payment ready. Let's actually build the store. So we're going to go down to settings and hit on profile. So this is your actual Gumroad store. So right now you can see that if I hit on view profile, it's completely empty right now. So let's update it. Let's add few of our products. So here I'm going to click on the plus icon and I'm going to hit on products, and here I'm going to choose my product. Before that, I don't really like the white theme, so I want to change that. So I'm going to come down to the profile section in my settings. I'm going to come down to this section, and in the background color I'm going to set it to a blackish dark theme. And then we have few fonts as well. So I'm going to keep the default font. So now if I go to the view profile section, you can see that it's dark theme now, which is what I wanted. So here I can hit the three dots, click on products and add my products. But since this is my new account, I don't really have many products. I'm going to go to my actual account where I have more products so that you can see how it actually looks. So as you can see, this is my actual profile. So you can see my name and I have 3 products. These are the 3 best sellers. These are not the only 3 products that I have. I have around 12 products, but these 3 got a lot of traction, got a lot of sales, and that's why I've kept it here. Then we have the email list subscription. So you can just add your email and subscribe. So this is a very simple profile page or a store. Now let me show you other design templates that I've seen other creators use. So first one, we have this. So here he has a free guide section and a paid section. So here are all the paid products, and in the free section he has all the free products. Next up we have this guy. So he has a my product section here and he has the entire product. And once that's done, he has a section for his best selling products. He has a section for his new products. So these are good ways or great ways to actually segregate your types of products. And in the post section, he has all the posts that he has done. Then we have this guy. He makes a lot of money and he's a very big creator. So I want you to look at this layout as well. So here he has an all template section where it shows every single one of his templates. He has also segregated that into multiple categories. So he has the most popular one, personal, business, for teams, and the final template bundle. So you can see how he has segregated his products. And if you scroll down to the end, he also has a buy me a coffee section. So this is basically if you like his work and if you want to support, you can add a tip. So you can choose what tip you want to choose. If you hit on others, you can type in a custom amount and then hit on support. So these are the types of layouts that I want you to explore. And it really depends on how many products you have, what kind of segregation you want to do, how you want to lay out or structure your profile. So that was it for the Gumroad store setup. If you have any more questions, you can put them in the comments below. I'll be glad to make a separate video on that. Now, if you're confused about how to actually market your product and get in a lot of traffic to your product, you can click here and watch this video. I talk in detail about how I use threads and made over 1,000 sales just from this strategy. So you can click here and watch this video. And until then, I'll see you in the next one.